And we're back. And hey, there we go. All right, last time we left off. Sorry, I'm a little tired right now. We just woke up from a little nap because today's going to be a little busy, not just in Eve, but in real life. Last time we left off, we were doing high sec combat sites, and we had some tough luck that we kind of hadn't expected and had the last couple of days. But I did some stuff in between last stream and this stream, and we have ourselves a brand new ship. Now, this is a ship that, although it's much smaller than the Vexor that we've been running in the past, it should perform much more effectively. And in fact, I believe it does. I did a little bit of practicing stuff and got some extra drops yesterday as well. Once I kind of got used to running the Worm. Now, this is a kind of unique fit. I did put it together all by myself. I didn't go get it from anywhere else. We went and sold some stuff in Jita and then bought some extra stuff. Not only did we get the worm, but we got some extra stuff. So we got our probe launcher. We got our 2 compact light missile launchers because we don't have any special missile skills. We really won't use those too heavily. We've got our acolytes in here, which work pretty well. They give us 106 DPS between them and the 2 drone damage amplifiers. We have, unsurprisingly, some fancy stuff. We got a Republic Fleet medium shield extender that gives us a good over 2,000 hit points, just for some decent buffer. We got a little boost amplifier and the actual booster, which is a Pith A small shield booster, which gives you 100 HP per 2 seconds, which is 50 per 1 second, which is pretty dang good. And then to round it all out, we have something to give us a little bit of speed. The 1MN Civilian Afterburner. Not exactly the blingiest thing, but it actually fits relatively well, considering our CPU is right up at the limit, as well as our power grid getting relatively close, but not too bad. We're kind of short on CPU, and it was actually one of the skills I had to train yesterday to make sure we finished up. We did CPU management. Where's that? In engineering? CPU management is now 5 on top of everything, and that was what helped us fit the fit. Otherwise, you got to drop a missile launcher, which isn't really too bad. I don't really want to use the missiles all too much. Considering they are kind of... I'm actually going to put some of this ammo away because I found we don't have as much of as big a cargo hold as I had come to expect. Then I also got some extra special information as well that is helpful. If we go to the agency, we can actually look at exploration, and we can see combat anomalies. Wow. We can actually go see. They tell us how many combat anomalies are in systems. So I can check within 5 jumps. I want just high sec. It'll tell me there's one here. One here. Botane. Oh, sorry. Just wake it up. Botane has 3. Oh, we're going to set destination. We're going to undock, and we're going to go to Botane, which is only 1 jump away. Blamston has 4. That is Blamston. I actually pronounced that correctly, I think. So we're going to add that to our thing. And then we're going to, set this on the side, prep it, make sure it's ready for when we need to go find more places. Now, the big bread and butter that helps us actually make money is not actually the combat sites that it's showing here, right? These are anomalies that I can warp to, and I'm going to be able to get done. That's what it's showing here. Right, it tells us even it's a burrow, refuge burrow, right? We don't want to do burrows. They're not worth anything to us. The refuge is, but we go here to Blamston. We have no idea because we're not within 1 jump. If we're within 1 jump, it's going to actually tell us what these are. So what we're going to do is we're going to, kind of follow the path. And like I said, the big money makers are actually either the escalations we get, or it's actually finding those naturally through... the probe scanner. So we got 1 cosmic signature here on top of the refuge. So we're going to warp for the refuge and then drop our probes on the way so we can scan that sucker down. So let's move him on over here. It should be hanging somewhere around the gates over here. Let me switch over. Oh, I should have brought some more probes and stuff, but let's see, what I found that I like to do, we're going to sit orbit at 5K. I'm going to drop my drones. We're going to keep working on the probe scanner thing here. I'll start analyzing that there. Yeah, the drones have already aggressed and are going after the tower sentry, and we're gonna gain some speed. We're gonna hit the afterburner on, and we go pretty quick. We go faster than what we were going with the. It is not over there actually. We're going faster than the Vexor by a decent bit. So already the speed is much better, and if speed's much better and our ship size is much better, technically we should be able to tank much more because things will hit us less often because of our size and speed, helping us speed tank. And SIG tank, both more effectively. Now, what I'm really proud of more than anything is that actually our active tank is much more effective. Now, it's not quite stable, I gotta say. That's the one downside. If we run this little booster, it's gonna get us all that HP back in little tiny bursts very quickly, but we're not stable with it running. If we go back to the simulator and we start shutting stuff down, we're just short still of even being able to run it 100% stable. So we got to be a little smarter about how active we are with our capacitor and our modules and stuff. That's a wormhole. Okay, we'll pull this back in. But I think we're going to do pretty dang well. Looks like we got our... we're going to get ever marks for killing NPCs, kill drones in the abyss. I was thinking about going and trying to do Abyss stuff, but I got a new ship, and I figured I wanted to see how good it was going to do, if we got any better luck, and how effective it would be better than an actual cruiser that we had been running before. So I figured we'll save maybe doing Filament and Abyss stuff later. Let's see, our drones are going to finish that guy up, and that should be the last wave, I think. I've been talking and haven't keeping count of the waves and stuff. If it was a hideaway, that probably would have been the last wave, but I think these burrows, which are tougher, it's a bit more. But let's look at the missiles. We fire the missiles at this little safeguard, this little mauler from the Krelly. We actually hit pretty quick, but the DPS time is pretty low, actually. So the missiles do help, but for the most part, they're not great, except to maybe volley like really small, low DPS stuff off the field. We have Kaldari stuff in there as well. Oh, our shields are taking a little bit of a hit. Let's boost, 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 and one last one. We're back up to full. See, the tank, we got to pay a little bit more attention. Our drones, they got a little bit more buffer because the worm bonuses, if we show info, the worm on top of our shield resistance and missile damage stuff. The big roll bonus that we're utilizing is light combat drones deal 300% more damage and have 300% more hit points, which give us a good bit more tank on them, so I'm less worried about them getting shot before bringing them back in. And the damage is of course better than, maybe not better than the Vexor, because theoretically if I had Gallente Cruiser 5, the Vexor would still get more DPS out of light drones than us. But we don't have that. So it's still pretty close. It's pretty much comparable, and we tank much better, right? Much more stable here. And we're much faster too. So hopefully when we do the sights, we got to move around, get through and pass things quicker. It'll be better. But, I mean, the whole reason we got this is that we're going to be able to do essentially any site we run across, because we're in a frigate, the smallest of ships, and we should be able to go into anything we find, whether it's a 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. It'll do it just as good as the Vexor. That could only fit into the 3 out of 10s and up. Now, I haven't gotten it into anything except a 3 out of 10. I did try that yesterday. We did run it pretty effectively. But alas, this site is empty. And then let's bring up the old combat site notepad. We did another refuge. We're going to mark 8 there as unsuccessful. And then as our drones are back in,
drive active.
Let's turn our AB off and head to Botane. Or no, sorry, we're in Botane. We're heading to Blamston. Now there is one way we can make this fit stable. Maybe two ways. I'm gonna be honest. If we were to take a drone damage amp off here, if we go to the what is it, cap power relays? Yeah, so it ends up killing. Maybe a flux coil won't kill our tank. Okay, but that is almost stable. So we put a cap flux coil here, and we're not running the AB. We're essentially just about. We got 10 minutes of good stuff. Let's do this refuge in here on the way. So we could lose some DPS, and we can be pretty stable. Or we could theoretically drop that booster. We got a 38 HP per second, and add ourselves a cap recharger, which does almost the exact same. We're not quite there. We already have a T2 cap control circuit. I suppose we could like remove these two rigs and put there, solve it, but it's close. My skills are going to help a little bit as we keep trading them up. But I think if we just, we play a little smart and do our thing a little bit more intelligently, I think we'll do all right. And we want to get you guys. I actually don't really care too much about the sentry turret and the missile battery. The missile battery will deal much more DPS to us because we can't dodge that missile as effectively. But we can tank it pretty well with the active tank, no problem. So I'm going to try and sick my drones on the frigates as they spawn to try and get the site done faster. Actually, I don't even know if the missile one is hitting us at all either, because I haven't seen much damage come in. And none of the missile explosions either. Boost a little bit. Get us back up to full. See, our buffer is actually pretty big, so because we have both the Republic sheet thingamabobber, which I guess technically we could remove that and add to our capacitor. Alright, see, this is a bunch of buffer here. We take that off. We could maybe put a battery here instead. I think a small is all that would fit, right? Yeah, a small T2 battery, and then we would be stable. But we wouldn't have the same amount of buffer to kind of like help us when we're in big trouble, when we're over DPS'd. But technically that would be what I would do to make this perfectly stable. That's the easiest way to make it perfectly stable. It gives us a lot of extra power grid, and I guess technically some CPU, but not too much really. Boost up a little bit here. Missile artifact stuff respawning. These refuges are a little bit longer than the hideaways, even though they have the same escalation. I'm hoping they have a better chance. Let's actually mark another refuge, so we're up to like 9 of those now. Refuges seem to be the most common sites I do. Yeah, okay, so no problem with the stream. Yesterday we had a couple errors, I think, with it, like buffering or something goofing up. But I'm hoping today we run better. Ooh, our tank's a little bit taxed here. And a Shadow Serpentis frigate, really? Really? You don't say. Let's even launch a missile volley at you. let's see. That's another Serpentis rat. So I think we're up to 19 of those now. And did we get any loot? No, nothing. Nothing special. Let's get those boys back in. Let's continue on our route. And yeah, one of the launchers is still there, wanting to shoot at me, but it's not accomplishment. Oh, the light missile battery. Actually, I don't even know if it launched at all at us. Was it even locked onto us? I can't even remember. I can't believe how easy they've made it now with this, showing how many sites are in each systems. Six in Blamston. Dang. Ooh, there's a lot of unknown signatures here. Okay, so we're gonna go do this refuge. Then we're gonna probe out. I should get extra probes. Oh, no, I do have 2 sets of probes. What am I talking about? Come on, some of these gotta be combat. Where are we in the star chart? I feel like we're near where we normally are, but Lambston. Yeah, why does that have so many things? That's still a travel direction for some of these spots. Oh, dang it, Jackdaw's already here. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just chill here while we scan stuff down. I'm gonna float away. See, Jackdaws and T3 destroyers like that are kind of the next best thing. Maybe even better, arguably, because the cap is probably super stable for all their tank, and maybe much more effectively, or much more effective than ours and the Worm. I think they're a good bit cheaper than us too, because our fit ended up being like 250 mil. That's a combat site. I guess I'm just hoping it's not a drone site. So Apprentice Lookout, perfect. We're gonna go to that.
Drive active.
Let's start doing them. Okay, these were kind of scanned earlier. Let's scan those down. Those nearby. We got the Lookout we're gonna go to. These have been pretty lucrative as well. Actually, no, they haven't been lucrative. We've had a lot of escalations from the Lookouts. So I add another one to the counter. But we didn't get anything from those escalations. It's I think it's the Angel something thing escalation that we tried yesterday and got nothing from. Let's see. We want to essentially just go here. I'm going to orbit at 500. Hit beyond, drones out. And we're going to send our drones out towards those spies. DS says, yo, hey, how's it going? We're out here in Gallente space, trying to make the best money we can in high sec here. We had a little bit of bad luck yesterday, but so far, for the most part, I think we're winning pretty effectively for a day. Essentially, I'm like a day 5 character, right? I needed a few skills in order to fly this current Worm, but we were doing the same thing in a day 1 Vexor, and we can make roughly 100 mil an hour doing combat sites and escalations and stuff here, even in Gallente space, which I hear is the worst territory to kind of run sites like this. Ooh, these drones are getting shot. Let's pull those back in. Just cooking? Oh, nice. What are you cooking? We get a second Lookout. Make sure to do that after this one, if we can. Let's probe down this other site first, before we go after that faraway one. Okay, drone's back out. Our tank is getting shot up a little bit. Let's see, are they going to aggress on anyone? No, we'll have to send them out manually. Just a little bit. Chicken broccoli. Chicken, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. Nice. That sounds great. I'm gonna have to cook here later tonight. I got my youngest brother's actually coming to stay with us in our apartment. Me and my the middle brother live in an apartment together, and he's coming down for the weekend and next week. He's gonna chill with us for a little bit, so we're gonna go out grocery shopping and probably get some to eat when he gets here. And I might end the stream. Normally we go for about 2, maybe 3 hours sometimes, and I might end it early if they get back because we need to go get groceries for his little stay. Let's get these sites scanned down. And hope we have better luck than yesterday, because, yeah, we went pretty dang... I mean, we made essentially nothing yesterday. The wormhole we don't need, and this cosmic signature is the last thing in system. I cooked the chicken too late, though, so I have to wait around while the mashed and vegetables sit in the plate. Yeah, that happens. One of my favorite things to do is I make these... I'm kind of lazy. I just kind of boil in a pot some like pre-made chicken stuff. I get chicken teriyaki sometimes, and I'll cook rice. And sometimes I'll forget how long it takes to cook the rice, and I'll start the chicken way too early. And of course, I got to leave it in the pot, you know, either warm or cooking, and it'll get overcooked too while I'm still doing the rice and stuff. Oh, they're shooting the missile battery. That's fine. Not exactly trying for speed runs here, but... Wow, 3 lookouts in the same system. That Jackdaw might end up doing one of them, if not 2, because he can do them pretty quick. And we'll see how many we can get done. Let's see, who actually deals damage to us? Is it just the missile battery? Because that's what it feels like. Because these guys, yeah, they don't have his red box. I don't think they can actually keep up with our orbit, so they can't get into range to actually start firing. Now, hopefully they won't switch to shooting the drones. They should be aggroed fully on us. But yeah, we'll clear up those last 2 rats, no problem. Now the Serpentis lookout, I'm going to go back onto the wiki to check that out. The Serpentis lookout, as we finish off the last little rat here. Oh, they're coming back to me. Probably because he's not aggressing us. Let's make sure we send him after that lonely little Tristan. Little Tristan that could. And they'll finish off the last. Let's align down the gate. Pull our drones in. Do not forget them. Actually, we'll pull the probes in right now. It's a good little reminder not to forget your probes as well. We'll activate the gate and head through, I think, to the last little room. Yeah. So in here, we have the Serpentis Control Center, which is that little box way down there. We're going to go orbit that. But on the way, we want to shoot these 3 destroyers over here, because the trigger for the faction rat is supposed to be these destroyers over here. I'm going to get the drones out early. Now, the one downside of being in a worm instead of the Vexor that we were running earlier is that I can't quite lock that far away. So we got to get a little bit closer, burn a bit, and chill out a little bit before we can pick our targets. But yeah, we're going to shoot these guys, these destroyers here. They're the trigger for the potential commander frigate wave that could have Serpentis loot. And then the escalation has a chance of spawning once we kill the Serpentis Control Center. Let's see, the drones are gonna go out and about. Still aren't in range of locking them. That's because we got sensor dampeners on us now. They can lock us. Now we can lock them. Okay. Let's unlock this guy. The drones. I'm gonna let them obliterate whoever they were going after. Good. And then send them after the destroyers over there. Those catalysts. Lock up the control center here. And then once the last one goes down, we'll see if we got the special spawn or not. Which isn't really all that special. The escalation is more likely, potentially more likely to give us loot than the little frigate that might spawn here. It's a apprentice control tower, and then did we get the spawn? No, it appears not. See, we are taking a little bit of damage as we get closer and closer. The drones are taking some fire, but I don't think they're getting tracked very well. We're gonna boost up anyway. Just chill, and we got our escalation. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the drones back in. Booster off. And we're actually gonna go do these other lookouts. Oh, that's the one we're at. Let's go to this one. We got the drones in. And yeah, actually, for doing these lookouts, we are 3 for 3 on escalations. Now, we probably won't be able to do all 3 of these in sight. Someone's probably at one of these 2 right now. But we'll go there immediately after. Let's go to escalations here. Perfect. 5 jumps away in Bay. Let's set destination. We might get there a little later than we normally would, just beelining it to there. But oops, we're running our shield booster the whole time, which kind of shows that we could actually run that for quite a while before it eats into our capacitor bad enough to actually bother our cap and our other modules. Let's get the drones out, lock someone, and send them on their way real quick. Now let's see. What I want to do in the future is try out some of those abyssal stuff. So let's see if I can find something on Google, on the internets. Search for Eve filament guide. So Eve University's got me covered. Okay, as we kind of let our drones get shot at, let me pull those back in real quick. The aggro back on us. Put them back out. Now it looks like everything's targeting us. And they should be good. Let's see. Filaments. Filaments. Filaments are items which can instantly transport a ship or a small fleet. There are 4 types of filaments with quite different side effects. There's abyssal filaments. Transport ships to randomly chosen pockets of abyssal dead space. I guess they're kind of like dungeons, where they will face difficult, time-limited PvE combat challenges. That I've kind of seen. You got like 10 minutes to try and finish the 3 pockets. Needlejack transports pilots to randomly chosen parts of null-sec space, noise filaments. Needlejack noise filaments, or randomly chosen parts of null-sec space with high capsular activity, signal filaments. Ooh, okay. Pochman filaments transport people to randomly chosen parts of Pochman, or from Pochman to a randomly chosen part of low-sec or high-spec. Okay. Proving ground filaments transport to the abyssal proving grounds. Oh, that's for the 1v1 stuff. Okay. Let's do abyssal filaments. What can you tell me about that? Filaments are kind of key to unlock abyssal dead space. Filaments can be found in data sites, also include some abyssal dead space pockets. And within abyssal dead space pockets. I'm like talking way too fast. Our drones are doing good. I think our tank is holding. Kinda. The light missile battery is probably peppering us a little bit. If we get like down here, the alarm goes off. But I'm probably gonna end up checking it way ahead of time. Yeah, see, we tank super effectively in this. The drones are doing work. Let's open that back up. Within an abyssal death space pocket, there are 5 possible weather effects that can affect both the player and NPCs. There are also 7 possible difficulty levels, with increasing penalties applied for each tier. Type weather effect is identified in the info of the filament, and the tier or difficulty of the filament. The level of the filament can also be identified by the number of glowing stripes on the icon. Oh, okay. So 0 stripes. You got 1 little stripe up there on the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Makes it easier to read. I guess 6 is down below or something with the cataclysmic stuff. The bonus modifier of the weather is always 50%, but the strength of the penalty varies on the instance. Okay. So these are the 7 levels because they have a 0 level. And there are different types. There's electrical, dark, exotic, firestorm, and gamma. So electrical, you lose a bunch of EM resists, but you have... Oh, your capacitor recharge time is halved, which is good. So you have twice as much, I guess, cap generation. That's really good. Darkest turret optimal range and fall off is crap, but you have maximum velocity, so your speed's really high. So drone boats, and I wonder if it affects your drones as well. Or maybe that's missiles. It's hard. I think that means ship velocity, because it would say missile velocity otherwise. Let's see, you guys have 2 guys to shoot still. You're not shooting them because you're goofy. So let me do some manual targeting here before we go back to our research for maybe the next stream. So no turrets in the dark. Maximum velocity. Exotic reduces your kinetic resist and gives you scan resolution. Okay, so exotic is kind of just junk. There's no special good bonus that helps you like tank. But firestorm reduces your thermals, but gives you more armor. Gamma reduces your explosive resist, but gives you more shield. Okay. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Let's get the drones back in, get the AB off, prepare to go down the gate.
Warp drive active.
So far that Jackdaw didn't go for the other lookout, so we might have that to ourselves too. He's got much better DPS than us, I'm pretty sure, so if he went to do him, there's no reason he wouldn't have finished one by now. Unless he knows how BS these are, I guess. Let's see. Let's get our drones out and ready to go. Go out on some of these frigates out here, since we can't lock these yet. I wonder how far we could lock with better targeting skills. So it's really, I think 33 is our norm because no one's dampening us now. I do not want to lock the bunker or that scout. I would like to shoot you guys with the drones. So we'll send you over there. And this is lookout technically 4 for us since we started keeping track. Drones are getting shot at, but not very effectively. All the health they have, it's barely noticeable, but we might need to pull them in here soon. Let's lock the control center. I can start shooting with missiles now. Once I take out the last one, we'll see if the Serpentis spawn shows up. Let's get these in here. Serpentis Watchman. Yep, it sure did. Okay, I'm going to just start flying towards him. Drones are back in. Aggro's getting swapped. I'm going to send the drones out. We're going to kill him with the drones real quick since he is coming right at us. Let's see if we got loot. Nope, nothing. So no escalation from this one. Unless this can escalate as well, potentially. Let's just tax our tank a little bit and see if we can... I guess we pulled the drones in a little early. The control center's not quite done dying yet. There we go. Okay, yeah, nothing too special. The drones are on the way back. Let's warp there. Yeah, if we sit still and just take full damage, they start breaking us. But I mean, any movement is going to mitigate enough damage that we actually sit very, very safe in most of these sites. Actually, now that I think about it, okay, so our signature radius is 54, but that's because it's Republic Shield Extender. Oh, I guess 6. Sig Meter's sig radius isn't all that bad. Oh, did someone finish this one? There's an Orthros in here. Okay, so someone finished it. Let's continue on our way. I knew someone had to been doing these. Yeah, we got our 1 escalation. We might do sites along the way. Only if it's convenient for us. Let's see, the Serpentis Lookout. Oh, let's sort our tabs a little bit more effectively. So the Abyssal is going to be there, Serpentis Lookout. I'll put the Serpentis Lookout with... Oh, can I? There we go, just so they're on the same tab for me. So Angel Kickbacks, huh? That's the one we're going to. That's the one where we got multi-stages of stuff. I'm going to warp to the gate and see if we can scan something down real quick. Both those signatures are kind of bunched up, so I'm hoping it makes it easier. Ooh, it doesn't seem like it's going to be made easier. We'll go AU initially. Finding 3 out of 10s like this is actually really, really lucrative. We're more likely to get it and scan them down than us get an escalation for them, it seems. We got drifters out here scanning stuff. Okay, both wormholes, good. Let's keep going. Didn't lose much time on that. Nothing in this system. We can continue straight on through.
Warp drive active.
One cosmic signature. Go up to the gate, see if we can scan it down. Man, these are big systems. Let's go down 2 sizes, see if we can actually scan that down. Well, we're close. We're close there. 1AU should tell us where it's at, or what it is, I guess more accurately. This does seem to be a travel system. Oh, it is a combat site. Okay. Well, at this point, we might as well finish the job. Figure out what it is. There's loot in that there wreck. It'd be a criminal if we open it up. Ooh. Yan Zheng Ruins. What is that? It's a Cosmos site? Does not show up in the overview. Needs to be scanned with core probes. The site is static, so it's always in the same place. Oh, houses one of the agents. Okay. Oh, you gotta hack it with relic stuff. Is there anything in here? I guess it's not nothing. Someone lost some stuff in here, it seems. I'd become a criminal if I stole it. Ooh, common electrical filaments? Women's state protector hat? I mean, it's not valuable. You got 2 things up there. It's not worth looting. Not worth being criminal and getting shot by the gate guns. I'm gonna save that location permanently though. Because it's always there. It says it's a static. Did it pull my probes in for me? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, we are 1 out. Let's warp to system. I guess do the same thing here. I mean, it's probably down here on this level, but... How much buffer do we have for not having a damage control? 6,000 is pretty dang good for a frigate. Especially at our level. I guess we got faction buffer, but... A lot of guys sitting on this gate. I wonder what this is a route to. Probably not Jita, but... Hard to tell. Now that they make it so easy to get the to figure out where combat anomalies are, it's not really like, oh, a lot of traffic goes through here. It's more likely to have less. Ooh, another combat site. Hopefully it's not another Cosmos site. Hopefully it's a 3 out of 10. When did I pick up a warrior? What rat did I loot that had a warrior inside of it? Can I orbit this at like 500? I'm sure we can. Bellator, Talwar, Thrasher, and Heron. Temco surveillance outpost. I didn't spell that right, but I think it knows what it is. Just 2 cruisers. Oh, it's another Cosmos site. There may also be a rare spawn containing 5 elite frigates in a battleship. Who drop an item named by what? Let's go check this out. I don't. Some of this is looking weird. It says it's a Cosmos site, but it doesn't say it's a... It says a rare spawn for something here. Respawns every few hours, the ships. Oh, someone else is doing it? Or did do it? Or the MOA... Qatari Navy MOAs. What the heck is going on? Are these guys like really dangerous or something? Okay, well we're not here for the envoys anyway, so... This tower shoots Asteros. Oh, someone anchored a POS off here? That's kind of funny. Although it's not anchored, that's kind of weird. It says it's anchored. It isn't pausing. I have no idea what's going on. Let's just get out of here. There's nothing. There's no money to make around here.
Warp drive active.
No money at all. Yes, we don't care about the Edencom stuff. At least I don't think so. Ooh, and there's an Angel Refuge here on top of... I think we'll just do our escalation. Edencom cares about you, does it? What does Edencom do? I'm not... Listen, I haven't played in 5 years, and I've just come back and done faction warfare for the most part. Aside from making this new character, of course. So I don't know what the Edencom stuff is supposed to do. Is it just like a Triglavian combat, like, thingam of something? Or, like, why are they here? Because I don't see Triglavians around. Normally it'd be a Triglavian system, right? I don't know. But yes, see, we are here. That's our target for our little escalation. Let's get our drones out and... Some madness here. Not much here except for a warehouse. Perhaps the next location will reveal more. Okay, so we continue the escalation. Get the drones back in. Let's get the loot. The potential loot, quote unquote. Because there's probably not going to be anything in here. Wrap up a little bit. Yep, nothing, of course. Let's set the destination to the next location and get on our way. We're in Mimitar space, right? Looks like it. It looks like the red background is Mimitar. Let's see, part 2. I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. Ooh, what's going on here? All those ships?
Warp drive active.
We're going deeper into Angel territory. In the Mimitar space. Which I'm not super familiar with the Angel faction. They're probably... I'm probably not tanked super well against them, but I could probably do the sites no problem with the fancy pantsy worm. We're not exactly tanked super well against anything, but I mean, still pretty dang effective as far as EHP per second. Let's see if we can scan any of these things down. They're probably not important to us. Oh, we're in Heck. I know Heck. Yeah, we're not wasting time scanning these down. I know the Heck system. When the Stellar Transmuter stuff was around, I used to base out of Heck, and I did that stuff to get all my rewards and all. I could make almost a billion in a couple hours when we did that stuff. That was a little too lucrative. It was all data hacking and stuff. I didn't really enjoy that all too much. We'll just get in, get our escalation, and go back home. Now, yesterday we did one of these, and we actually did 2 at the same time, and they both failed at step 2. So I'm hoping that this one continues all the way to the end, and we actually get to see the end of this escalation. Because that's usually what we get, or what's most likely to have the highest chance for good, valuable loot. But we gotta take it one step at a time.
Warp drive active.
And honestly, I'm getting tempted more and more to actually change out the Republic shield extender to a cap battery. That way we can run 100% cap stable the whole time. EVE, Shadow Serpentis, goofball. Over here. Actually, you stay right there. We're gonna come to you. Drones, go get them. In a similar setup, you caught bad guys. Perhaps the next location will lead you. Okay, so we continue on. Let's set our destination. Still a few jumps out. Let's get the drones in. They track us pretty well here. We loot the nothing. We get out. Ate up all our cap. Well, trying to warp away because it's 83 AUOA. There's a bunch of signatures here. I kind of want to make this a Gallente only, like, adventure kind of guy. But maybe in the future we might hit up some different territories, some different regions and stuff. And not the, as far as I'm told, terrible loot tables of Gallente space. The downside of this escalation is that we get to the sites, do next to nothing when we get there, and then it's just more warping around. I kind of don't like that. Because it just takes time to travel around. And that's boring. We don't get to shoot stuff. We don't get to, like, you know, try and manage, you know, our kiting or whatever. Like, even though it's super easy and I'm letting the drones do all the work, it's kind of just boring. But these are really, really old combat sites and stuff that have been around since before I even played originally.
Drive active.
I mean, they're adding the new Homefront stuff, which I'm sure is much more exciting. Just not as good money per hour, as far as I've seen. It's not as good ISK per hour. The Gallente gates look super cool. And they got like new particle effects for a lot of these ships too.
Drive active.
A demonstration. It's not a Homefront thing. It's a level 4? What? It's an epic mission? Something? Hold on. Stop right here. A demonstration. Mimitar. Disruption from elite frigates. Okay. A Sarkantana located in British Company beacon warned you that you previously purchase or find the Olympic medallion in the Subsphere constellation. Major time kill the ships, hack the structure. Okay, we don't have no hacking stuff. I'm discovering so many weird things. These are epic arcs, it seems. That it seems to be related to. I've never done epic arc stuff. Maybe we look that up in the future at some point. Yeah, they got one here too. I'm thinking of doing Abyssal Dead Space stuff next, if anything. I wish I had a more consistent, like, you guys show me what the actual, like, rewards are. Another demonstration, another hideaway.
Drive active.
Oh, multiplasmids. So there's the modifier things that can make make your stuff extra super OP. But they're based off of which Dead Space. Sorry, man. Tired. They're based off of which filaments you do and which Dead Space you go to. So gamma sights drop shield-related multiplasmids. Dark drop propulsion ones. Firestorm are armor. Capacitor for electrical. Tackle for exotics. All of them can drop damage ones, though. Ooh, but T6 can only drop capital ones. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to be doing T6s, but... let's stick to what we can do. Work for location, Mr. Escalation. And we're hoping that it escalates to the last one now. Let's see, this is part 3. Yep. And it warns us now they actually deal a lot of DPS. Oh, it says kill if present. It might not be present at this one. Ooh. It warned us about high DPS. Corelli Guardian. Oh, there he is. En route to the location. Nice. Let's get inside. Get our loot. Set destination. Get our 0 loot. Yep, 0 loot. And get out of Dodge. So we're in low sec. We're going to Adeld, which if we check the map, is it safe? It looks like there are no gate camps out to low sec. Nice. What do we got to do? So there's disruptor and webs. Okay. Some frigates, destroyers, and frigates. Nothing I'm too worried about. We go to pocket 1, and then I go to pocket 2, and then we have the overseer frigate. And then we also have more webs and scrams. But we're looking to get the big boy loot from that. We wasted all this time traveling around. We better get something out of this. I hate these long, extended, and just BS boring, you know, travel missions. Hopefully we'll get something. But we're looking for the Shadow Corelli antagonist. You can apparently drop Corelli A-types, Daredevil stuff, and mid-grade implants. So this faction ammo and tags. I'm not seeing super valuable drops on the little list thing they got here. Some of them are pretty valuable. There's some options. There's some options for stuff. Yeah, we just gotta cross our fingers, I think. First off, don't get caught by a gate camp. Which I'm pretty sure we're safe about. There shouldn't be a gate camp up. And don't get caught while we're at the site, which is also fairly easily once we're in there. Magico. Some funny star names in EVE Online. I mean, we're in Onga right now, as it is. Onga, Tenosuid, Bosnia, Halid, and then Adeld is the last system. Looks like there's plenty of angel sites all around here. Wonder if angel loot is any better than Gallente stuff. I'm told Gallente is the worst as far as like regions to do combat sites. But I don't know how true that is. I don't know why either, right? I'm assuming it's because like the modules and stuff are worth less. Because you can get armor resistant drops that are like for Incom. Yeah, we don't care about the Incom goofiness going on. I still don't know what it's about. Is it like... Yeah, there's not like any weird sights sitting around. Oh, these are like big turrets. Heavy Gunstar turret. Ooh. Oh, and 164 AU jump. Dang. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, I see Edencom more likely in systems that are one jump off or right next to low-sec, I should say. I wonder if that has anything to do with them. I'm sure I could look it up and figure it out immediately, but where's the fun in that? There's no mystery if I just figure out what it does and how they work. Warp through the planets back there and get on into low-sec. So far, we haven't died on this character yet, and I'm hoping to hold true to that for as long as possible. All sorts of Angel combat sites in here. I guess that's probably because this isn't a faction warfare site or system. This is a more typical low-sec system, which would be kind of nice to live in. I can see if there's this much money to be made in high-sec systems, the low-sec ones, those faction drops and those combat sites, which would be much more harder, but they're probably much more easy to find and probably much more lucrative, at least a little bit. What tried locking me? Oh, some NPC frigates. Like there's no one here I can see on the PvP tab. There shouldn't be any like insta-lock frigates sitting out there, or more likely T3 destroyers that could get us. Not that we're exactly insta warp, but we're dang quick. I guess not. I guess my skills are really bad. 4-3 align time is not great. Here we are in Halid. There's one dude in system, so I'm not worried at all about anything goofing around and bothering us. We'll keep an eye out for combats anyway. Which is the only way anyone could find us is with combat probes. Yeah, so far nothing. So let's see, we warp in. It says pocket 1. Does that mean we warp into it? No, we gotta warp. We gotta accelerate to it. And there's webs and scrams in this and the next pocket, so we gotta get those Curly Guardian Initiate Scout goofballs down first, just for our own safety. I'm gonna go orbit that at 500, turn the AB on. What were they? Guardians? Yeah, Curly Guardians, Initiates, and Scouts. I can only lock one of them at the moment. We can stick the drones on them, though. Let's get the AB on as well. The missiles can't reach that far. They only got 19k range. Kind of far away, but they're getting closer. Or maybe I'm getting closer. Which for the most part seem to be getting shot back at. Do you guys return to me real quick before you lose too much of that armor? I think one of them was getting webbed too. The Guardian Scout guy. Let's send missiles his way. He's flying towards us. We should be able to hit. Theoretically. Although it appears not. Let's just handle with the drones. Keep an eye out for combat probes. Lock all those guys up as well. I'm assuming we gotta kill them all before we activate the gate. Yep. Just gotta double check to be sure. There's another group of... Oh no, these are the two groups. I was thinking there's another warp in or something, another spawn, but it appears not. Let's see, Group 1 aggro's on warp in, just a couple more frigates with the actual important guy. And then Group 2 is a couple of frigates, some which can scram disrupt us, and then another cruiser that does some dampening. Oh, you go down quick. Let's volley you off with the missiles then. Perfect.
Warp drive active.
Boost up a little bit. Get our shields up to max. In case it's a little hairy in here. Yeah, no one's coming after us here. I set our target back to Dodixie. There's quite a few jumps. We'll probably find something along the way. I want to go for Mr. You guy. So the scramming frigates are over here. The guard watchman guys. Good, so that's the end of the escalation. And the loot we gotta get from over there. Come on, loot. Yeah, I don't care about any of you other guys. We wasted all this time warping around doing next to nothing for nothing. Okay, great. Yeah, that's how it is. So that's the thing that I was talking about. We have a Corelli A-type kinetic coating, which seems like great. It's Zed-space stuff. It gives you 32 resists, except it's it's one of those things that take, you know, essentially just one power grid, right? The energized ones that are like Meta 1 are much more effective, except they just take CPU. So these are completely useless, which is why they don't cost anything. Because when are you ever going to need, like, what are the chances you're going to need one of these fancy-pantsy things and not have a CPU to put in your low, right? The ships are designed to take up those low slots, or to have enough CPU to fill those up. So yeah, these are always worth nothing. Now, if it was a multi-adaptive energized membrane, we'd be 150 mil richer, but alas, no. So we're probably just gonna go until we get back to we got a long way to go. I'm gonna say the sink, and I think Metropolis is still in. Yeah, what is Metropolis? Why doesn't it say which faction you guys are related to? I think it's still Mimitar Space. We got a long way to go before we're gonna get back towards home. But at the very least, we're gonna get out of low sec here safely because there's no one in the system. No chance of us getting smart bombed on the gate or anything. I'm gonna keep reading up on some of the Triclavian stuff. Income forces, yep, don't care. We're just passing through.
Warp drive active.
We're gonna get a baller cap, warp in 162 astronomical units. I guess we'll reload this up here. Man, for an hour of work, we got essentially nothing. That sucks. We had much better work, or much better luck when we were just doing the 3 out of 10s instead of these weird, goofy escalations. I don't know why it changed. Why all of a sudden we weren't getting any escalations or finding much of anything. Maybe we got to change up tactics and maybe avoid some sites that escalate into stuff we don't want to do. Maybe we just got to scan down more combat signatures as well. Yeah, actually, let's stop right here. Just do something to keep us a little preoccupied. Is there anything going on out here? Any combat sites to do? We got extra bonuses to her, like shield capacity, web strength, and mining speed. Ooh, there is a combat site. Maybe this is like... Maybe we're going to figure out what the Incom are here for. They have special combat sites here with stuff. Let's orbit this at 500. No, it's just a haunted yard. It's just drones. I'm not wasting my time on drones. That's almost as bad as actually wasting our time on Serpentis rats. Actually, it is worse than wasting our time on Serpentis rats. It's the only thing worse than that.
Warp drive active.
And look at all these beautiful angel things. Let's maybe stop and do one of them. Hidden hideaway.
Warp drive
Angel hidden
active.
hideaway. What do we got here? They do explosive and kinetic, which we're still tanked pretty effective against. And I have a feeling it's practically exactly the same as, yeah, the regular ones. Oh, it doesn't appear to escalate. Aw, man. Maybe that's because you guys actually dropped good loot or something. See the habitation modules, it says drop stuff. I don't know, let's go this way. The drone's out. A sentry gun shooting us with lasers. And the habitation hubs, it says each contains janitor's tourist exotic. Oh, okay. So nothing. We're essentially fighting all this until we potentially get the elite frigate. Okay. It's probably not even worth doing, honestly. We're just gonna leave. And even Mimitar space, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come out here for an escalation that doesn't give me jack. And then even the angels out here aren't gonna help me out at all. Let's see, where do we get back? Okay, so that's technically the first system, but we'll start looking again. We'll stick to the sites that we do know, and maybe start avoiding some of the sites that I know escalate to crap, essentially. Because we want those 3 out of 10s. Those 3 out of 10s are what I've made the most money on. We have gotten some like faction loot from Serpentis things. Nothing actually crazy. Actually kind of a little crazy. On day 1 we got some pretty decent stuff from them. But not what we wanted. We got Aster. We're heading through. We're not going back through Heck, right? We are. Heck is next in line. What the heck? At the very least, if I was doing filaments and stuff, I would at least have like I think like more consistent like money per hour. Maybe not as high unless I got like a Gila all kitted out to go, but I mean I'm pretty sure this worm is at least effective in some of those abyssal sites, right? I just don't know what the like ISK per hour is for each of them. There's probably someone who's got a guide somewhere on them. Because I hear you can make a good, like, really good amount of ISK per hour on those if you do the high ones. I mean, we'll probably stick to the lower ones, maybe like 3 or 4 and see what kind of money we make on those. If we end up doing them, which will not be today, sadly. We're just trying to get the good old-fashioned loot that we're accustomed to. Ootin there. Actually, I'm kind of tempted. We should probably drop off like a Corvette at the station there in case we want to come around to Heck and operate in the future. I like to use my personal assets tab to like have like I've got Jita here, so I can set destination to Jita, or Dodixie. I can set destination to Dodixie immediately. It's easy to get around like that, where you just have a station with stuff in it you can select to go around to. As long as you don't just like put everything in every station you ever go to, and you have 100 different places and personal assets, right? It's good for the hubs, at the very least. Eden comp stuff again? I should tell it not to ask me.
Warp drive active.
At the very least, the worm looks super cool. As we go to warp, it's got the red like hue. It does look kind of junky, being like a Merlin Hall and everything. It's got the Merlin little thing right here, but it's got the Garistus Pirate logo as well. Okay, so we're back to where we know stuff is. Let's see, combat anomalies. Angel stuff. Oh, I don't know if this is like... Is this a Mimitar system? It says Metropolis, so yeah, I think it is. Let's just set our destination to Dodixie. And keep going that way.
Warp drive active.
Okay, that's in sync. Maybe we head there. I'm looking for more than 1 or 2 anomalies, though. 4 anomalies? Lost? Oh, no, sorry, 4 jumps, but 1 anomaly. Loose rank. Oh, I don't know that region. I don't know if that's Gallente or not. Description, never again. Let's see, do we get closer, I guess, is the question, to loose rank.
Warp drive active.
It does not say. It looks like we got further away. Okay. There's weird like storyline stuff here as well. Unknown, unknown, and unknown. Is this sync? Maybe we'll go there. Let's stop and get off the beaten path.
Warp drive active.
Trying to find ourselves some combat stuff. And it's probably going to be lucky for us to like just search around in places on the map again to try and search for places that we can scan down and do. Yeah, we'll go here. I don't know. We'll add a waypoint here. Waypoint here. And just mark each of the... Come on. Keeps resetting the window as we warp through.
Active.
So far, we're not exactly paying for the worm as far as we've been running it today. Not that it's my direct fault. We're maybe because we're picking the wrong things to hunt escalations with, but yeah, maybe we got to be more diligent about what we do and don't do. So let's see, Serpentis Den. I think that's a bit high for us, and someone just finished it. Okay, well, we're gonna warp there, drop off probes.
Active.
Let's see what we can see. A Redeemer? Who's got a Redeemer out? Probably doing Dems. Let's go 2 down to 2 AU, see if we keep it in and figure it out. Wormhole? Nothing? What are the chances it's 2 wormholes? Probably pretty high, right? Should we do 2 AU? We'll try 2 AU initially. It is a combat site. That's what we're looking for. I do need to avoid the actual drone stuff, so I'm really hoping this isn't a drone site. Because if there's anything worth less than Serpentis sites, it's drone sites. Serpentis hideout. I'll take it.
Warp drive active.
I gotta look up what it is again, because I'm pretty sure I can do it. Let's see, it is a 2 out of 10. Nice. Okay, I've had pretty decent luck with these. And it escalates to Mind Flood, which is just as crappy as the last one we did, but
Warp drive active.
what are we gonna do? More combat stuff? Done. We earned something in the activity tracker that doesn't make any sense? Okay, I suppose we have. Let's orbit that at 500. Can't lock them yet. Actually, is this one that we gotta kill stuff? Main room 1. Kill them will spawn additional waves. I think we can just go use the anomaly gate. I'm pretty sure. Or the acceleration gate. We'll sick the drones on them first, I guess, just because we're on the way there. And then it says 2 waves spawn when we kill each of these frigates. No, maybe not. Let's get the drones in, see if it just lets us warp. Come on, we're almost there. Nope, dang it. Gosh darn. Oh, these are so weak. I can volley most of those guys off the field. Room 2, we got the armory, which has nothing inside of it, but I think is the trigger for the potential escalation, which is a 25% chance to get the Mind Flood escalation. Which is one... It's another one of those like travel everywhere, do everything kind of ones, but it's something we can do. And I have gotten good loot from it in the past. I've gotten very good loot in the past from it.
Warp drive active.
So here's to hoping. If we do escalate and try and do it, well, we probably will do it, but it'll probably be the last thing we do today. Let's see, there's the actual armory. Let's go there. I'll lock you. Get the drones out. I think, honestly, like, the missiles might one-shot them. Nope. They helped. They helped with the drones. Not that there seems to be anything else to do until we actually get near it. Even then, we can only lock 33 out. And we'll send in the drones. Wow, almost 800 damage from a light drone? That's insane. Okay, nope, nothing. I'm gonna continue on our way.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, the fancy frigate that could potentially warp in would have warped in at the initial kill from that first little rat. So no reason hanging around. Yeah, it's disappeared off the probe scanner. And no escalation. One cosmic signature.
Warp drive active.
Eight's a little big, but it'll probably get us there. It'll probably pinpoint a little bit where this is at. Oh, it'll track down a little bit at least. Let's go down to 2. Cross our fingers. It's a combat site, okay. Just tell me it's not drones. Tell me it's not drones. Oop. Grabbing the right side. Hope so. Serpentis watch. I'll take it.
Warp drive active.
I've done these so much, but I still can't remember exactly what they are. I know this one's a tougher one. Yes, his battle cruisers T3 is max ship size. It still really only has cruisers as the most dangerous thing, and one battle cruiser towards the end. Man, does it escalate into nothing good? You know what? I'm gonna ignore this one. I don't think it's worth our time. We're trying to make money, not like go crazy. Jet Set Hooligans is also like extremely BS. Once you get to the end and try and do it. The final location, they have like stupid crazy stuff. Like shield, tank, and all sorts of other whatnot. And DPS. So yeah, we'll avoid a Serpentis watch. Warp probe.
Warp drive active.
Let's try and do 4. I still kind of prefer the Vexor look. The worm is cool. I don't really care about the skins either. I don't care about the looks either. More the performance is what I'm worried about. And this performs pretty much just as well, if not better. We got more speed, and I'd argue with the tank is technically better. We don't have the same EHP, but our active tank is theoretically better, even though it's not 100% stable. Let's move our guys on down here. Analyze. Come on, give me a narcotics warehouse to shoot. Okay, combat site. That's half the battle. Serpentis agent. Is that, do I have that already saved or something? I gotta look that up too. The Serpentis agent. It's going to the Cosmos site. Dang it! I'll save it. That way I don't have to. That way I don't accidentally scan it down again. Okay. Warp probes. We know the deal. Okay. Kind of warming back up to all this scanning stuff too. Remembering all the little techniques I used to do 5 years ago. We pinpoint where things are and whatnot. The combat site. We're almost there. Secret drone hive. It's drones, but I've never heard of that before, so let's look it up again. Secret drone hive. No one knows. There's a forum post saying like, hey, I'm kind of new, I've never heard of it. It's another Cosmos thing. Or at least that's what they're saying. That doesn't work. Yep, it's a drone agent guy. Blah, 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 blah. Do this, we'll give you that. What is that? Is that worth anything? Kind of. We're not going to do any of this as of yet. The storyline stuff. Might be cool in the future to try that. But I want to do the regular exploration stuff. I want to explore, man. I want to find things on my own. Except, you know, I hate when I don't find stuff. I forget why we were going to wherever we're going here, but ooh, Stellate. 5 anomalies in system. At a waypoint there. And there isn't one in this one. Okay. Warp there. Probe's out.
active.
Another combat site. I wish they would mark them not as combat sites if these are like storyline things. So that does start to get annoying. Oh, we still didn't figure out what it is. Narcotics warehouse. Thanks, Santa.
Warp drive.
Thanks, Santa Claus. We got what we want. There's still no guarantee that we're gonna get the loot that we want, but this is the one I know. This is the one I run all the time. This is the one I've got the most money off of. So, hopefully, we'll get some good stuff. At the very least, we'll be able to shoot something instead of just warping around from place to place to place and just scanning down. The ancient acceleration gate.
Warp drive active.
Alright, we're gonna go for a traffic thingamabob as fast as possible. And the drones will run a little interference on our way there. I did do one of these yesterday, and I got a Serpentis Scram thing. A little bit of loot off stream. So I know I can do them as well. Come on. We'll lock it up. Send in the boys that are getting damped. So we'll watch their health to see if they get shot up. I'll lock it again because there's too many damps on us. They do pretty dang good DPS, I gotta say. Hold that at 500 because we should get there well before they have it destroyed. This can drop faction loot from what I'm told, so not from what I've seen personally, but the internets have told me so. So we destroy it every time, even though I can actually skip it because we have the little pass key in our thing already. The drones are actually not taking much of any damage. It's kind of nice. Get back in here, boys. Cargo container in range. Looted. And nothing. Okay. Now the next pocket we gotta kill everything, but it's not too bad. We're by that cool explosion. And yeah, there they all spawn. Gonna make our way that direction towards that guy, and then just launch the drones in defense. We're gonna orbit him like real close. Turn the AB on. The drones should aggro here soon. Maybe? I guess we'll just lock them up and send them out. No, nothing's aggro on us? There we go. I picked drones because I don't want to actually have to waste time, you know, locking targets and shooting them. Guess we'll just unlock these and keep an eye on our drones, who are starting to take a little bit of damage. Lock this guy up. We'll send him after that guy, the chief of security. There's another Serpentis rat that could have loot. Our drones are getting shot at. We're not getting hit very often. Orbiting to try and check the little loot that may end up dropping here. What's the name of this anomaly? This is the Serpentis Narcotics Warehouse. It is a 3 out of 10 DED site that you can do in cruisers and down. We're running it in a worm instead of the Vexor we had been running days earlier because I've actually been making money every day except the last 2 days. All of a sudden my luck has just died. We make zero money off of sites. But the one I've made the most money off of is sites like this one. So I'm really hoping our luck turns around. Let's see, our drones are going out. We're going to orbit this gate out here and keep the AB on. Maybe heal a little bit of our shield damage. But since we got all the aggro, our drones should be able to go after him without any issue. And we should be able to tank no problem. Now we just sit back and relax. Is it worth running sites in Gallente Losec? Whenever I try, they just seem meh. I'm told, although I don't have as much experience as other people, because it's kind of like, I did this a little bit on my main before I decided to just make an alt to kind of do it. This is essentially day 5 character that can do these. And I kind of did some low sec stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of too slow in low sec. And honestly, in high sec, it's probably the same, but I hear that Gallente space is the least lucrative. You're going to make the least amount of money because we can get drops like this Corelli A-type kinetic coating. It's a dead space module, but it's worth 57,000 ISK. Not 57 million, 57,000. Because armor stuff is just dumb sometimes. But yeah. What alliance is your main in? My main is Gallente Faction Warfare. So we kill Caldari, which is great. It's the best pastime. Problem is, the goons and tests are all in. Pretty much all the nullsec factions are in Caldari Faction Warfare. So it's an uphill battle, I gotta say. That's a nice way of putting it. But we can still win. A little bit of a guerrilla warfare. We got our drones cleaning up the last of these frigates here, slowly but surely. I mean, us orbiting this station here so much faster than these guys can follow and track us. We're practically ignoring all effective damage. Mostly just because we're out of range, I think. But luckily the drones just go on their own and handle it all nice and neatly. They reworked Fandelver for D&D. That's kind of cool. Not that I'm super interested. Sometimes we run crazy stuff, but we've already done. Did we do the Lost Mine of Fandelver? I don't think so in any of the campaigns I've run or played in. Actually, no. I take that back. I think one of the first times I ran D&D for my immediate family, actually, I stole most of the stuff from Mind of Fandelver.
Warp drive active.
Let's get into pocket number 3. You could use hyper turret battle cruisers and snipe. Yeah, a lot of the sites, yes. you warp in and you can kind of just snipe stuff off with range and everything. There's a lot of ways to do a lot of these sites effectively. Let's see, we're gonna go orbit you real close, get the AV on, drones out again. If you were to run Gallente low-sec sites in an Ishtar, what would be your high slots? Let's see. Gallente low-sec stuff in an Ishtar. So Ishtar's tanked really good against the rats. So you're already covered pretty easily on armor. But high slots on a drone boat, I'd probably take one drone link, the thing that increases your range. I think it's a drone link augmenter. And then I'd maybe throw a pair of 200mm railguns. If you're in low sec, maybe you want some PvP potential. So if you got a bunch of cap batteries in the mid, you could take some cap neutralizers. So if someone gets on you, you can just nuke them out. But you're more likely to get away if you get ECM drones. Actually, I think, and have just a flight of those, a flight of the Hornet 300s. I think. But yeah, as far as highs on a drone boat, it's not the most important thing. You get a little bit more DPS if you want some rails, if you can afford it. Otherwise, yeah, you just get some more drone range stuff. But you also, if you get enough drone range, you kind of need to lock stuff that far away. So you might need a sensor booster as well in a mid. Would you take a Cord Probe Launcher too? Yeah, I guess I assume that was kind of like self-explanatory. I've not done it enough to be sure but I'm pretty sure the scan down sites are much more lucrative. Let's get you looted. Oh, dang it, we got too far away. AV's making us go too fast. Getting a lot of DPS on us now. Not that our tank can't handle it. No loot there. I'll go back to orbit at 500 there. Get that on. Get that on too. And yeah, our tank's a little slow because we're not pulling away from the drones. We're taking their full DPS, but the capacitor can handle for a little bit of hectic DPS. And then we're pulling range and we're fine. How do you know what to look at and what to leave? Honestly, I'm kind of learning that as I go now today. Like here in high sec, I've been doing this for almost a week now. And I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, there are some sites and some escalations I don't want to do. Because they take way too much time, for one, or are too slow to do. Now, do I only want to look for these narcotic warehouses? Maybe not, but they're definitely very, very lucrative. And they're at least more exciting to do. Because I was doing some of the other ones where you have like 4 different warp 2s for those escalations and stuff. And like all that traveling is so boring. And the chance that you're not, because they're faction rats, the chance of you not getting something is pretty low. Oh, I meant loot. Oh, loot. What loot are you looking for? So for the most part, it's going to tell you. Right? I hover over Qadari Navy Scourge here, and it tells me down the bottom it's worth 2.5 million ISK for this little stack. And oh, from rats? Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. So I use the Eve Wiki. So what I'll do, let's just go from 0. So while those rats are getting killed by the drones are getting shot, go to Google. What site am I in? We're going to type Eve. Let's see. Why am I blanking on the name of this site? Serpentis Narcotics Warehouse. Eve. Narcotics Warehouse. And then Eve University, the Eve Wiki, has a little thing here, and it's like, hey, here's all the stuff. It's a DEC, it's a DD site, tells you it's a 3 out of 10, where you can find it, max ship size, what faction, the damage it does, and what they want you to ideally deal. And then it has a little walkthrough, which shows us, hey, that first pocket, there's 15 frigates, they've got some E-War, but here's the stuff that is important. The supply traffic management thing. It says, hey, it's got this little icon. It's hard to see. You'll scroll in a little bit. But it's got a little green container here. And it says, contains traffic management passkey, which we need to activate the acceleration gate, as well as 5th tier overseers effects, and possibly Shadow Serpentis modules, which means we could get the good loot. So we always blow that up and loot it. The second pocket, it says staff quarters. The staff quarters have loot. Same thing, 6-tier overseers effects and possibly Shadow Serpentis modules. And then tier 3, the overseer cruiser, which we just killed in here earlier and tried looting. It says, we go back here, drop 7th tier overseer effects and up to 2 Shadow Serpentis modules. I've actually gotten drops from that guy before in the past. And then finally, oh, that's pocket 2. Oh, that's a check-in tunnel. We don't go that direction. Oh, of course. Okay, so that was number 2. This is number 3. This is the one we're in right now. Overseer Cruiser, yeah. But essentially, you look it up online like that, and it's going to tell you the Serpentis Refinery Headmaster. Usually, the rats that don't drop stuff are like Corelli and stuff, right? So all the ships and stuff that start with Serpentis, right? They have the actual like faction module name, Serpentis or Angel, or whatever. Those are the ones that are most likely to drop loot if you don't want to look up this site, this little thing. So yeah, we're gonna come down after this site's done, which we just about have done. We got 2 more rats here. We're also gonna go and kill the like big station at the end in the next pocket here, and that's gonna give us the best chance for loot. That also drops some decent stuff, likely. Let's pull our drones back in. And we don't have to kill the sentry guns. We just got to kill the rats and we can activate the sentry gun. It says final sector containing the stronghold. That's where we're going to go. That's where we're going to blow up. And that's where it's got the most damage in this type of site. See, it actually looks like a giant-ass station. And there's technically another Serpentis rat here as well. So we're going to kill him as well as the station. Let's get the drones out as we load ourselves over there. And while I'm in a frigate, it's actually too far away for me to lock as of yet. But yeah, the 2 things we can get from loot here are namely the stronghold, which is most likely to give us something valuable. And then, although very, very low chance, Mr. Supply Station Supervisor, which I don't think I've gotten anything. No, I might have gotten something off him once. Maybe day 2. I'm not 100% certain. Let's rep a little bit as we get closer. DPS is pretty dangerous in this one because it can actually break my tank if I'm not flying very well. Those gunshots are super loud. I even have like quiet gun sounds turned on, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't have it. Okay, that's better. And what I also have to watch for is that the rats will shoot the drones instead of me if the rats are closer, or the drones are closer. Let's lock you. Oh man, you're way out there. Let's manually pilot a little bit that way. Unlock you. If the drones are going to shoot anything, we want them to shoot the supply stronghold because it's going to take a long time to shoot down. Thank goodness it's not an actual, like, full-size structure. It still does have the most hit points of anything in here. Should I shoot missiles as well? We might as well. There's your supply station guy. I think we're gonna stick the drones on you, honestly. Ooh, we are actually gonna pull them back first since they're taking some damage. Yeah, good bit of damage. Ooh. Yeah, aggro got switched real quick, but it should switch back to us here soon since we're now getting into the middle of the station. Yeah, all the damps are coming towards us. Pretty soon, the DPS as well. See, it looks like we're going to try and get him stuck around here. It's not that we need to get him stuck or anything, but we kind of want him close to where the loot is going to drop at the station, right at this little point here where it shows its center is. Some of the drones are still taking some aggro. We just about got him down. I think. We'll bump him a little bit. There we go. And then he didn't even have anything that he dropped. It's kind of to be expected. Oh, we need the actual drones in. Back inside here. They'll drop aggro off you, keep it on me. We'll move faster, get the tank going. And then looks like most of them are switched over, so let's get them out and put to work on the stronghold. So yeah, we can kind of just speed tank most of these guys. We can get out of their range, and they won't be able to hit us all too well. So we can tank no problem. Now we just got to kind of just float around until it gets destroyed. Make sure we don't get too much DPS on us too quickly. Make sure we're not asleep at the wheel. Are they getting shot again? Oh man. Alright boys, come back. Whoops. It's everything aggroed on me. Everything's got me locked. Which is pretty much the same thing. We're gonna go down as far south as we can and maybe cut out this way a little bit. Pull the drones away from where inevitably we're gonna have to go to grab our loot. Or sorry, not the drones, the rats. Oh, it completely turns off the sound. I want quieter, but I don't want completely silent. Silent gun sounds. Oh, did we get it? Or did... I think we're at a range, actually. They got so many damps on us, we can't lock it. There we go. Like, I'm pretty sure we haven't destroyed it yet. It's okay, the drones were still on it the whole time, so we didn't lose much, if any, DPS. We got close to the pack, so the DPS was a little high, but we can tank it as long as we can run a rep. I don't want to pull them too close to it again. The structure is always the slowest to go through, from what I've noticed. We're overrunning, wasting some cap. Serpentis supply stronghold, going down slowly but surely. A bit of highly skilled flying, just to try and mitigate DPS. My main account, I ran some of these in a Vexor, and they did really, really good. Technically, with all the skills and stuff and good modules and all, I was able to rep this with one repper pretty much stable. They kind of broke us a little bit, but nice. Trail seems to run cold. I want to get that thing. And I want the drones back in. Come on, loot. Nothing. Dang. Our luck has just dried up the last couple days. I can't believe it.
Drive active.
It's a giant explosion at the very least. That's a little bit of satisfaction we get from that is the only loot we're taking away from here. I guess we did technically pick up some junk, but not that that's worth anything noting. there's no sights here. Of course, because we took so long doing that other one. Anomalies there. Burrow, hideaway.
Active.
The burrows are one of those that I found out is not worth doing. Because they don't escalate in anything, so you only really get the Serpentis rat that isn't guaranteed to spawn that might drop anything. And even if it does spawn, it's still not guaranteed to drop anything. Or I said that, right? It's not guaranteed to spawn, and it's not guaranteed to drop anything, so the chance to actually get any money out of it is super low. So you're better off hunting for escalations if you're going to do the warpable combat anomalies. Like the Forsaken Hideaway and regular Hideaway.
Drive active.
We're going to do the Hideaway because it's super, super fast, and then do the Forsaken one. Because it's a bit tougher and slower. I should launch probes. We'll have to wait till our warp is over. We do have one combat signature. Or cosmic signature, not combat. We don't know if it's combat yet. We're hoping it is, though. Let's go orbit Mr. Lookout. Get the drones out. Get the probes out. The afterburner on. Just gonna missile that initiate. Should volley him off the field. Yep. Point the sight. The drones mostly handle these guys. Because they're frigates, they might not aggro immediately because they have weird range and all. So sometimes I gotta lock them myself and send in the drones.
To give the commands to a drone
It's a wormhole.
requires you to have an active target.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We were scanning them up. Okay, nothing. Yeah, see, they go super, super fast. We'll go to the hideaway here real quick.
Warp drive active.
And then I probably got to figure out where to go next. See, that just updated Clayson. We'll go to Clayson next. Just let the drones do their thing. The missiles will help with one of those catalyst guys. And the tank, we pretty much don't have to worry about it all. My day one ship was technically an Algos that did these, got an escalation, and we actually made some money to buy the Vexor. The Vexor is definitely a much better to run those 3 out of 10s that I'm more inclined to, but so far have not been lucrative, at least today. A little bit of DPS is coming through. Get our fancy pantsy repper going. Mitigate all that DPS. No, we are not killing that very much. Oh, 1 second, we got a phone call. All right. Just a call from mom. We're getting our youngest brother, who my other brother is picking up, and he went to pick him up. He saw his check engine light come on, and he got super scared because he doesn't car at all, and so he's running late because they he had him go check it all out and everything, which is, oops, we're over repping a little bit there. No big deal. He's just worried because the battery is looking kind of weak, and we can replace some battery, no problem. It's not a big deal at all. Let's see. We are running this site. This is taking longer than and they normally do, but let's wrap up a little bit. The drones are a little slow, killing some of these guys. Oh, I need to turn my AC back on too. Let me do that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn my AC on and go to the bathroom. The best of both worlds. There's a light on in the room as well. Now we're back. Let's see. Is our tank dead? No. We got plenty of shields left. Our drones are doing fine. No problem. Why are these Guardians so tanky? I know we're kind of using we're using EM drones, which technically aren't their weakest bit, but they're still pretty good. Honestly, the missiles are pretty much not negligible as far as damage. We deal what with the missiles? Yeah, 10 apiece. They're more for the volley to get something off the field, but even their alpha is not that great. Let's see. We're done. There's nothing. No escalation, and we might call it a day here soon. At this rate.
Warp drive active.
Still have that like cerebral booster that's helping our skill training out. Capacitor systems is going to help some of our stuff. It takes 16 hours. It says it's accelerated training, but that one isn't. It's kind of weird. Oh, maybe because we are technically in Omega. We got 7 free days, so technically we're not Alpha, but we essentially have Alpha skills and stuff. There's nothing I've done so far that you can't do on an Alpha. I just got it because there were 7 free days, so we get like extra training time or whatever. It says Clayson. Oh, a refuge spawned back there. No. do we have here? A burrow? Dang it. Someone was doing all them. We're going to go back. I kind of want to scan this stuff down. Whoever was doing these sites here earlier is likely scan these down and doing them if they're good combat sites. But we'll scan anyway to see what we can find. Road scanner a little bit bigger so we can see better what we're doing over here. It's a combat site. Please, just please let me make money today. 2 days in a row without making money is just diabolical. Serpentis live cargo something? Sure, we'll do it. We'll go do it.
Active.
I forget which one the Serpentis live cargo is. It is DED. It's a 2 out of 10. Okay. And we're guaranteed a Shadow Serpentis guy. Nice. Which again probably won't drop anything, but you know what? At this point, if we don't get anything out of this system, even if we do, I think we're getting off after this system. We're gonna head back to Dodixie and call it a day. Wormhole, of course. $500. Get the drones out and send them towards one of them guys. Oh, there's web towers. Early stasis towers. I just see sentry guns. No web guns. Even though the game says there should be. Maybe it bugged out and spawned on the wrong one. The wrong ones? Who knows? Actually, yeah, I've done these before, and I'm pretty sure they're supposed to have webs. Why don't they have webs? Why aren't there web towers here? That's really weird. I guess that's fine. My missile launcher can help out here too. I don't know if the drones are going... It looks like some of them are fighting the sentry guns. I'd rather them not because we don't need to kill those. The missiles are actually helpful here because these rookie ships, these initiates, they go down in one shot from them. So it does clear off the field relatively quick for us. And yeah, we do want you guys to go after the agents. Ooh, we've been wasting booster cycles. Hopefully we got the range to hit him with that missile. We do. Beautiful. Only have 55 health. Oh, cruel, taking out the rookies. Our drones are kind of getting shot, but I think it's because they're going after... They keep going after the big turrets, which... I guess are the only things actually shooting us right now. These guys aren't firing much at all. Okay, now they're back on the frigates. I gotta keep the missile launchers up because that'll speed us up. I practically got to tell the drones what to do. Because they keep wanting to go after the sentry guns that don't need shot. There we go. We'll clean that up pretty quick. Then back in. Get the shields all fixed up. Even a reload in. We'll do a little bit of everything. Then get over to find our little overseer. Forget the Shadow Serpentis Warden. Who can drop Corelli stuff and Shadow Serpentis stuff. Oh, wait. Is there another? Oh. There's 4 rooms. I thought it was like warpins and stuff. Now we got web towers, right? Yes. Okay. Those are very dangerous to not just us, but our drones as well. I'm going to shoot them because they're going to slow us down. We got to get to this gate before we kill all the rats and everything, so. We definitely want to blow them up. Get them all locked up. And go one by one, clearing them out. Let's see, one of them's whipping us, slowing us down quite a bit. 2 of them. There's 1 down. 2 of them slows us down so much. Those web towers are way more effective than actual ship webs. Let me missile out some of these initiates, some of these guys that I can volley out the field. There aren't a lot of frigates, so we should get through this pretty quick. The downside is of course, we're really slow moving, so we gotta waste time killing the towers. Ooh, we volleyed them off the field. Nice. Excuse me. Oh, man. A little burpee from the pop and stuff. Slowly but surely. We're going to work through this site. We're going to follow you. We're going to get drones on the other guy. On you. Missile. As soon as it's done cycling, I'll send out towards you. I'm going to take the AV off too. Or turn it off. Ooh, the agent survived 1 shot. Oh, he's gonna survive another because we're out of range. Alas, the drones will pick him off. Let's get these guys back inside. Line down the gate. We got another room to clear. This time no webs at least. There's a lot of frigates, so that's gonna be... Oh, frigates and cruisers. That's gonna be slow.
Drive active.
We gotta get loot today. We gotta pray to Santa that we get loot. Because we've got nothing the last 2 days. Absolutely nothing for 6 hours of work doing this. I've never had luck that bad. Send our drones up that way, and we gotta make sure those don't get shot too badly, but otherwise we're pretty good to go. We can just kind of chill while orbiting, watching our tank every little once in a while. Let's see, are these guys gonna aggro on us, or do I have to fly over to them? I hope I don't have to fly over to them. I hope they come after us. Looks like some of them are, at least. The drones are kind of splitting the DPS. But everything's kind of coming this way. Let's kind of do some manual flying to keep them relatively close. I can't believe they just leave the ruins of a station up like that. Terrible. It's bad for the environment. Let's see, do we really need to waste a cap on the AB? Maybe not, but maybe yes. And the drones are doing work, they're just not working on any of the ones that I've got locked up. Maybe they're finishing off the frigates first? No, they're going after these guys. Which they handle fairly okay. Might be able to volley the spy off with the missiles, or the drones are already on him. Might as well not waste the ammo, because it's so little DPS. Doesn't really save time on the kill at the end of the day. The guards up here doing some work, and just so boring. I'm about at the end of my my fuse. I'm getting tired of stuff. Got to eat. Get the boys coming home, and it's just chill, letting the drones do the work, I suppose. Not much to talk about. Let's see. I can think about what the fitting would look like that's better. Oh, I can't. Yeah, simulated fitting. So yeah, I've talked about it before. We can make it stable by adding the small cap battery. Ooh, actually. The compact. Ooh, the compact doesn't help. It doesn't keep it stable. We have faction ones. Public fleet, small. Yeah, that solves the problem too. I'm tempted to try that out so we can run it 100% of the time. But technically, there are some of those filament things that do stuff and things, and will give us enough cap to run 100% of the time. But I don't know. Oh, pulse weapons. Is that because we picked a smart bomb or something up? Telling us we can't. We don't have the skill to do it. I wish the cap recharger made it stable, but alas, no. And alas, we've got this. Is this the last pocket? I think it is. There's one more for the loot.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. We just got the frigate to kill and loot. And we're gonna call it a day, boys. No loot to our name the last 2 days. We're dying a little inside. And I don't know if we'll stream on the weekend or not. If we do, it's definitely not going to be high-sec combat sites. For as bad as they've been going these last 2 days. But that might depend on whether we get something from this guy or not. Get the drones out. Ah, the dampeners. They're not as bad as other E-War, but they do suck. And with that, let's get our loot and go. Come on, loot. Ah, dang it, nothing. I don't even have room. I got so much junk. We got the technically loot that it gave us, but it gave us another one of these junky kinetic coating junk things. Because they're not energized. They don't take up cap, and so their actual bonus is really junk. So they're not worth anything. They're worth less than 100,000 ISK. Not 100 million, 100,000 ISK. Dang. That's probably why Gallente loot is junk and people don't like it, because there are chances that you get loot that is actually just irrelevant in the game. But I think we're going to call it there today, boys. We're not even going to waste the time traveling back on stream. Really bummed out that it ended. We had 2 straight days of no loot, doing essentially the exact same sites we were doing. I mean, we did some different stuff, but I mean, we had plenty of opportunity to get loot, but it didn't pan out for us. I mean, we made more than enough on day 1 through 3. We made probably close to a bill, right? Yeah, our net worth is technically over a bill. Technically, we made that in about 3 days with a brand new account, and little to no starting money either. Just what we get from the air program. I mean, definitely shows how possible it is to make money, a lot of good money from just day 1. But I think we're gonna come back, hopefully doing something more exciting, something more lucrative next time. But thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. I'll have to catch you next time.